Anybody who brings prior knowledge of any kind of martial arts, most of it isn't very useful here. Spacing is important. Cardio is hecka important, but overall, it's more of a cooperative type of combat. So what we do here is I'm going to give you a crash course so you can go away knowing the most important parts of the game so you can at least have a good time. That's the most important part about being here. So everybody go over to that table and grab yourself a weapon. At least one, if not two. If you grab two, make sure that one is longer than the other. Get used to feeling these types of weapons. It is nowhere near as hefty as a real sword and is not very good at actually hurting people. That's the whole point. We want them to be light as they can be because we do a kind of chaotic based battle system where a lot of us can take multiple hits. So it's not like in real life where you get hit in the arm by a sword. You're probably going to lose some function. But in this world, we have hit points. So you can have 150 hit points and get hit for 10 damage in your arm. And you're like, yo, cool, got it, register. All right? So the most important part that we do is communicate to each other. So what we're going to do is we're going to hit each other a little bit. Go ahead and call damage, and I'll do it too. 2 normal, yep. 2 normal, 2 normal, 2 normal, 2 normal, 2 normal, 2 normal. See, what we're doing right there is we're communicating with each other. I know how many hit points I have in my head. She knows how many hit points she has in her head. We're both communicating to each other how much damage we do per swing. All right? So it is up to us and each other to register those hits. It's kind of like cooperative combat. Think it along the lines a little bit of pro wrestling, all right? How those wrestlers are actually communicating with each other to put on the best show. In this case, it's an NPC communicating with the player. You know, this is the stats of the game that we're playing, and I'm giving you an experience, not exactly trying to kick your head in every time. Although ass kickings do come to the players from time to time, expect it, it will happen. Getting hit is an important part of the game, all right? I have to register these things. You're not supposed to hit in the head.
Don't do that.
The head is an illegal target. You'll see a lot of this front-leaning stuff. I mean, it's just part of what happens from time to time. But if you're this guy and you get hit in the face a lot, and you're like, man, people keep on hitting me in the face, I don't get it. It's your fault. Don't be that guy. Another thing with the two-handed weapons that we don't like to see here with the NPCs is this. This is one, I'm not trying to defend myself at all. This is kind of like min-maxing the game system just to get out as much damage and say as many words and not really care about the expulsion. But what we should be doing is keeping distance with each other and picking our shots. Seeing, you know, testing your defenses, going low, going high, trying to see where we can get an opening, all right? So let's go ahead and pair off with each other. Everybody has 10 hit points. I'm gonna bounce around and jump in. Also, quick note, these are foam weapons, so leaning on the tips does degrade them over time, so we wanna be really nice to our tips.
Just so that if I do make contact, that they know that you're
Really?
You can announce it. I try to never get to announce it.
So like all that, like, and it makes sense in the real world because like that's your number one target, right? Strength has very little to do with this. So if I'm swinging and she blocks, if I power through, it's still a block. All right, so just making contact stops that attack. Every single time.
No, I know that.